In this video, we will show you how to replace your power steering return line on this Buick Enclave. This will be located inside of your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we have to do is gain access to our reservoir. To do that, we want to remove the upper engine cover. Remove your engine oil cap. We'll just give that a quick inspection, set that aside for now. Take hold of the cover, lift it straight up and away. Reinstall your engine oil cap so nothing falls inside of the engine. At this point, you have a clear view of the reservoir. Continue on to removing your reservoir cap. Once you've done so, the next thing you want to do is try to remove as much fluid as possible from inside of the reservoir. Now that we've done that, we need to safely make our way underneath the front of the vehicle. Now down underneath the front of the vehicle, we'll be looking along the rear of the bumper cover. You're going to find that you have a power steering cooler and it has two hoses leading to it. The hose that we are removing is the upper hose here. Keep in mind, when you remove this hose from the cooler, you will still have fluid in the area, so make sure you have a collection bucket. There we go. You may have to use a hose pick to break this free. Just be careful not to damage anything. There we go. You'll find with your kit, it came with a plug. Go ahead and put that right onto the power steering cooler here. Let's put this plug on here. Now back up in the engine compartment, we'll separate the hose from its mounting bracket here. There's just a small plastic clip. Carefully make your way in between the area and separate it. Follow the hose all the way up to where it connects onto the reservoir. Squeeze the clamp and slide the hose out of place. Once you've done that, you can remove the hose from the vehicle. Now that we have this out of the vehicle, the next thing we need to do is have a look at our brand new power steering hose. You'll find that it came with a whole bunch of extra here. Go ahead and compare it to the original. We'll align it at one end, make our way all the way to the far end, and then trim off any extra. It's always a good idea to leave just a little bit extra here. You don't want to leave too much because we don't want to get caught, but we also don't want to be too short. Just going to use some hose trimmers here. Now that you've done that, the next thing you'll want to do is just slide this up the hose enough that you'll be able to add a clamp on each side of the hose. Okay, let's prepare to install our brand new hose. I'm going to be replacing the clamps with brand new ones. It's good habit. We'll take this and put it in place. Just go ahead and slide it right down along the front of that alternator. Let's connect this into that power steering reservoir. Just go ahead and slide it right on there as far as possible. Once you've done so, put the clamp in a good position where you can hold this hose in place. Just double check to make sure you can see hose on both sides of that clamp. Double check to make sure that's secure. Let's follow it to its mounting point in that plastic clip. Lock it in. Now we can make our way safely back underneath the vehicle. We're going to attach that return line to the power steering cooler. Slide it in place and tighten the clamp. Make sure you press that hose on there as far as possible and then continue on with your clamp. Make sure that's nice and tight. While you're down here, go ahead and clean up your mess and give it a close inspection. At this point, let's continue on at the reservoir itself. We're going to top off the fluid. When doing so, you want to make sure you use Dextron 6 fluid or equivalent. Use a funnel so you don't spill anything. Now, when you add fluid, it's almost impossible to know exactly how far up inside you are. You're going to want to use the dipstick on the cap itself. Once we get plenty of fluid inside of this, the next thing that you will have to do is safely raise the front of the vehicle just enough so the wheels are off the ground. Put the key in the on position, and then turn your steering wheel all the way to one side, pause, and then turn it all the way to the other side. Repeat this process several times. While doing so, it's going to burp out the air in the system. Now, once you've gone side to side several times, we'll just double check that fluid level. Typically, you will find that the fluid level is low. Continue on to adding it up to the maximum line on your little dipstick here. Once you've done so, go ahead and put the lid back on, start up the vehicle, let it run for a while, make sure there's no leaks. Now we can put on the engine cover. Before doing so, remove your engine oil cap. We'll take this and put it in place. Press it down onto the engine, double check to make sure it's secured, and reinstall your engine oil cap. Okay, friend, we've got the vehicle back together. At this point, you can go ahead and take it for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.